Hello everyone. We have been solving quadratic functions and quadratic functions features. So we will continue solving those questions again. Here is one of the question again, a little bit challenging, but we will dive into it and we will solve this question, of course. So you can pause the video and you can check the question first. Yeah, let's get started. We have two functions here, which is given in the table. One of them is equation f of x is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 16. Another quadratic function, which we understand that, okay, both is mentioned that in the table, okay, here. If quadratic function is given like this, so we can analyze it and we can find its vertex, its y-intercept, x-intercept, so x of symmetry, so different features of quadratic function we can find. So do we need them all? So we need to see the options, okay? What they compare, so it says select all that apply. Definitely there are 6 options here, some of them true, some of them not. So what they compare here, y-intercept, they compare their y-intercept, okay? And they compare x-coordinate of the vertex, x-coordinate of the vertex, and they compare y-coordinate of the vertex, y-coordinate of the vertex, as you see in the options. Because of that, for these two functions, what I need y-intercept, okay, y-intercept of those function and vertex of those function I need. Other information I don't need, okay? So for the first function, for f of x is equal to, for f of x is equal to, for the first function, f of x is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 16. So what is vertex of this function? To find vertex, vertex is x on the x of symmetry. We need to find x is equal to negative b over 2. It is x of symmetry at the same time, x coordinate of the vertex, okay? As b here, positive 6, but negative is from the formula 2 times 1. So negative 6 divided by 2, which is negative 2. So our vertex is, or this function vertex is at the point negative 3. To find the level of vertex, this negative 3, we need to plug in function. So we need to find f of negative 3, which is negative 3 whole square plus 6 times negative 3 and plus 60. Okay? Negative 3 whole square is 9 minus, what is that? 9 minus 6 times negative 3, negative 18 and plus 16. As you see here, 9 minus 18 plus 16 is becoming 7. Yep, 7. So vertex of this function is equal to negative 3 and 7. Okay, we got it. So what is y-intercept of this function? As we mentioned already earlier, y-intercept is on the y-axis, yeah? Y-intercept is on the y-axis, so on the y-axis, x value is 0. So to find y-intercept, simply, I need to find f of 0, okay? So when you go back to this function, f of 0, which means 0 square plus 6 times 0 plus 16, 0 plus 0 and 16, so y-intercept is 16, okay? Y-intercept is 16. For the first function, we got the vertex. Let me highlight it. I got the vertex and we got the y-intercept. So for the second function, I need to do the same thing, but we don't have a graph there. We have a table, okay? So let's try to guess what kind of graph and what kind of vertex it has, okay? So I want to simply put the x-axis. I can put the y-axis, but let's try on the x-axis first, okay? When x value is given 2, x value is given 4, and x value is given 6, okay? When x is 2, g of x value is 8, means somewhere here, okay? 8 is somewhere here, let's assume that. When x is 4, little bit low, it is around 5, means a little bit down. When x is 6, y value again get back to its original place. So for this question, as you see, we will have such kind of function, yeah, going down and coming back. So here we understand that vertex of this function is 4 comma negative 1. Why we understand 4 comma, sorry, 4 comma positive 5. Why we can say this? Because 2 and positive 6 is same distance from 4, okay? Both of them 2 units far away from each other. This level and this level of 8, okay? When y is equal to 8 here. It means that a kind of symmetry. When I draw a line of symmetry here, they are becoming what? Exactly mirror image of each other. It means that x is equal to 4 is line of symmetry or x of symmetry. When this is the x of symmetry, as you know, x of symmetry is on the vertex is on the x of symmetry, okay? So we say that the vertex of this function is 4 comma 5, okay? But the problem is here, I don't know what is y-intercept here, okay? Because if assume that this is 0, so I can extend this graph a little bit, and here I can put 0 comma 0, which is origin. Let's assume that this is the y-axis. So where the function will intersect the x-axis somewhere here, okay? Somewhere here. But I cannot guess it. So as you see here, I know some points on the function, which means that 2 comma 8, 2 comma 8 means I can write it as 2 comma 8. 2 comma 8 is on the function, as 4 comma 5 is on the function. So by using the vertex form, I want to generate my g of x, okay? G of x is equal to x minus 4 whole square, okay, plus 5. This is vertex form of the function, but the problem is that we have we have a variable in front of it, which we don't know. So how I can define a? Because there is another point which is what? 2 comma 8 on the graph. So which means that when I plug 2 in place of x, result should be 8. So let's simply plug it to find the value a. 2 minus 4 square plus 5. Okay? So 8 is equal to what? 8 times 2 minus 4 is negative 2 square is 4 plus 5. Okay? When you simply take out 5 from both sides, 3 is equal to what? 4a. So a will be equal to what? 3 over 4. Okay? 3 fourths. Because of that, you can write over g of x function. G of x function is equal to 3 over 4 x minus 4 whole square plus 5. Why we wrote like this? Because we may not know that where it will intersect and how wide this graph, because I draw this graph roughly. Okay, so to find x-intercept now is to find y-intercept now is, as you know, for y-intercept x must be 0, as we mentioned already earlier. Okay, for y-intercept x must be 0. So here 3 over 4, 0 minus 4 whole square plus 5. Okay, so 3 fourths multiply negative 4 square is 16 plus 5. So 4 and 16 cancel out each other, which is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 5, which is 17. Okay, so y-intercept of the y-intercept of the y-intercept of the g of x function is 70. Okay, let me highlight that also with a green color. So what is vertex of the g of function here? Okay, after finding all these things, now I can compare them. I can go to jump into the options and I can see them now. So in A and B, it says that y-intercept of f of x is greater or y-intercept of g of x greater. So when I see which one is greater, y-intercept of f of x is 16, y-intercept of g of x is 17. So 17 is greater. Because of that, y-intercept of g of x is greater, okay? Y-intercept of g of x is greater. In C and D, x-coordinate of the vertex or x-coordinate of vertex is which one is greater? So when I go to vertex, one of them is negative 3, comma 7, other is 4, comma 5, okay? So which one is bigger? So this is g of x function, x-coordinate is bigger again. The function g of x-coordinate of vertex is bigger than the x-coordinate of vertex of f of x. So this option will be the correct option, okay? So f of x-coordinate is not big. For vertex, so x-coordinate of the vertex of f of x is negative 3, other is positive 4. When you come to last option, last two of them, y-coordinate of the vertex. So when I see y-coordinate of the vertex, one of them is 7, other is 5. So In this case, 7 is greater than 5. So a y coordinate of the f of x is greater. So y coordinate of the f of x is greater, which is e. I hope everything is clear. So this question is a kind of challenging question. If it is just like even calculator is allowed, the first function f of x you can draw on calculator, but either way, g of function, you try to guess it. Here, what I draw it just roughly, and what I try to guess the value of a. So this equation is very important. I just form the vertex form of the quadratic function. Then later I find a value as well, because the point 2 and 8 is the point on the graph. After finding a value, I rewrite the function again, as you see here. After rewriting the function again, this will be actual equation of the function. After finding actual equation of the function, definitely you can find the y-intercept of the function easily. Thank you for watching. I hope this question became clear. See you in the next video.